it's me. It's me. So I am in a whole different setting, and I'm actually holding my camera. So I'm gonna try to make it like not move like too much. I'm trying to see like what I can rest it on so that it won't move so much because I'm a mover. Okay. So I'm doing this video. I just did my hair. It's not quite ready yet, but it's not like Instagram ready, but it's definitely like YouTube ready. You know what I'm saying? So I just did my hair. But I wanted to come on here and do a video about freaking having some self-respect. Okay, so when we get into a lot of these situations, now again, I've been talking about all these healing things like loving yourself, putting yourself first. Actually, that hasn't been a video yet, but I say that all the time in my videos. This video I'm going to talk about is having self-respect and knowing. I said the power in walking away, knowing when to walk away. I did a video on the power of walking away, but this one is having self-respect, and sometimes that means walking away. So a lot of times we get into these relationships, and I've been also talking about like narcissism and red flags and stuff like that. So we get into these relationships and we start to notice these red flags. We start to notice like, okay, this just ain't gonna work for me, Slim. Like, I don't even really like the way this is going. We start to notice like, okay, he's doing this or she's doing that or she's not responding or she's this, but we tolerate it because we don't feel like we can get more, or we don't feel like we can find anybody that looks as good as them, or whatever and whatever and whatever. And I'm making this face because it's whatever. That's some Bodie. Okay? And sometimes when you can't find those people right away, it's because it's not your time. You got maybe some more healing to do, or maybe you got some more self-love, or you need to stay in isolation because God ain't done with you. Okay? So we see these people and we see these red flags. We see these situations that we really just don't like, jobs we're working at, friendships, relationships that we're in, family situations that we're in, and we stay in these situations because, like I said, either you feel like, oh, I've known this person for a long time, oh, it's my family, oh, this. I've said this previously. When you stay too long in situations, all you're showing people and teaching people is how to treat you. And that you're okay with whatever it is that you ain't okay with. If you constantly telling somebody, if you're in a relationship with a guy, say you're in a relationship with a guy and he keeps cheating on you, and you keep saying, I'm not going to tolerate somebody cheating on me, but you still tolerate it, like you stay. Not you stay, Lord Jesus. You stay. And you like, oh, I'm not going to, look at my necklaces. And you like, oh, I'm not going to tolerate somebody, I hate these thin chains. Like, K Jewelers and Tiffany's needs to do better. Like, because these thin chains get, like, chained up. Okay. So, freaking, and we're like, I don't like when someone doesn't respond to me right away. And you constantly just keep on, like, complaining about it, but you don't do anything. You stay dealing with the situation. You're at a job, and you're like, I don't like to work so hard and I'm not getting a raise. What that's showing people is how much you value yourself, how much love you have for yourself, respect you have for yourself. You could have a friend and they could be like, you could be like, nah, I'm never going to do this. And then you get a friend and you are willing to cross your own boundaries. All of that ties into having a certain respect for yourself, having self-respect. Knowing when to walk away, knowing when something does not serve you. And I know a lot of us do that. I know a lot of us think it's okay, especially when we get older in age. We feel like, oh, we got to deal with this because I'm getting up there in age, I'm getting old, and I'm not, it's not too many people that will deal with the fact that I have kids. I don't, but just scenarios. Or deal with the fact that I ain't got no booty. I don't know. We find anything. Or just the fact that I'm getting older and I want kids and I haven't had a marriage, or I'm not married. I don't even have a boyfriend. So we start to deal with and accept these lower standards and these lower vibrations and these lower lows. Okay? And all it's really showing someone you. So you can get into a relationship. Another example, because you're older and it's a guy, you in your past life, you're like, well, past years, you're like, oh, I'm not going to tolerate a man that lies. Okay? Then you get like 35, you don't have any kids, but you desire kids, you desire a husband. And then you start to date. And you meet a guy who checks off a lot of your list, but not all of it. And one of the things that he does that you said you would never tolerate, and you even told him you would never tolerate, is a liar. He knew he was a liar because he lies. He the one lying. Of course he know he lying. He lying, and you deal with it because you feel like you're not going to find anyone else that crosses off 4 of the 10 things that you have, and he got a 4.5. Okay? So you thinking, ain't nobody gonna cross off that half. Like, I'm gonna be out here. It's about your self-respect. It's about how much you respect yourself. Forget all that. Maybe it's not for you to have children. It's definitely not for you to have children with that person. It's definitely not for you to have anything with anything that's going against your standards. Because I promise you, when they say one door closes, another one opens, that's the realest thing ever. Now, sometimes it could be that one door closed and another one open, and then you could have opened the same door because we don't take the time to heal from our last situations, or we don't take the time to heal our standards. Because sometimes your standards is what's getting you and keeping you into those vibrations, into those bad situations, into those selfless love situations. And you don't realize that if your standard is a hood nigga, if your standard is a dope boy go crazy, then I mean, you're probably asking for a little bit of toxicity on my mama. And maybe we need to kind of heal, go within and figure out, why am I attracted to that type of person, first off? That type of energy, first off. Because when I was younger, I used to want to be married. I used to want to be a kingpin's wife. Okay? This is a true story. I literally wanted to be a kingpin's wife. And I started to date hood dudes. And dudes that were like selling drugs and stuff like that. When I tell you that was the worst decision of my life, that was the worst decision of my life. I need to straighten that a little more. Because I don't want to have to, wait, I think my flat iron is still, oh yeah, okay. That was the worst decision of my life. Yeah, I usually like, okay, there we go. But yeah, that was the worst decision of my life. And I stayed in it. And when I got with one and it didn't work out, and it wasn't even like, so one of the guys, it was a drug dealer guy, and he was so all over the place. He had like really no goals, and I wanted someone that had aspirations and goals, but I still wanted a drug dealer. But I wanted them to be a drug dealer right now and then have goals, like to do more and, you know, to be like the niggas on Love and Hip Hop would portray themselves to be. Seriously, true story. And when I got with him, he was not one of those guys. He was still living with his mom. I had to end up like helping him stay and have a place to live with his mom because somebody had called Crime Stoppers on the nigga. So I had to end up helping him out and all this stuff. And we had just got together. We'd known each other for a minute, but we had just gotten together. This is what I was willing to do for love. And he even said, like, nobody stays, nobody stays. Well, I vastly saw why. On my mama. Okay? But because we had a connection and we have known each other and I thought we were soulmates, I was willing to do all of this. Let him drive my brand new car. Just so I can have somebody come pick me up. And you can't lie. I know a lot of y'all won't admit it. But we do that crazy stuff, especially women. I don't know much about men. I think men have been that way too. And it's not stupid. I think I was stupid, but it's not stupid. It's just lack of self-love. Whatever your past or your childhood or whatever showed you that was okay, that's fine. But today, we're changing that. We're changing that. We are going to value ourselves more than we ever have before. More than we ever could imagine. Today, starting today, whenever you see this video, there will no longer be us. That we will no longer go against what it is we know does not go well with our heart and our soul. I was in church on Sunday and the pastor said, when the battle starts within your body, within yourself, whenever you're in a situation and you don't like the situation and you start like a battle within yourself, that's your soul and your spirit. Okay? Your soul and your spirit are conflicting because something ain't right. Your soul is like, I think I want to like stay here because I feel like we soulmates. But your spirit is like, nigga, we got other things to be. No, this ain't even your path, my nigga. This ain't even where I didn't bring you here. Like, your feelings brought you here. I didn't, and when we start to feel that on the inside, we need to pay attention to that. Always. Because if it's for you, you won't feel that conviction or conflicted or confused. And like I said, starting today, we're going to start going with those first thoughts, those first instincts, our intuition. When it does not serve us, meaning if it does not align with our goals, if it does not align with our spirit, hell, if it don't align with your soul, if it's just a flesh-driven experience or desire, if you're not strong enough to know, like, I'm just in this for the moment, and you letting everybody know, like, this is just the moment in time, whatever, once this is over with, if you're not in a place, in a strong enough space to do that with people or to be that honest with yourself, then I suggest you don't get into those situations. When you realize you're in those situations, get out. Ask God to help you release that. Release it and move forward. Put yourself first. Love yourself. We are amazing. Whomever is coming into this video, finding this video, you are amazing. You're finding this video for a reason because you have so much more to offer than to keep allowing yourself to go through situations that have nothing to do with you. You just put yourself in the situation, and then because of the situation that you allowed yourself to stay in, now you don't know how to love. Now you're afraid to love. That's not what we're here for. We're put on this earth to love. Not only just ourselves, but everyone that comes in contact with us, especially if you're a healer, empath, whatever. We're a child of God. We're supposed to love. Show love, give love. We're not supposed to be scared of that. But we have to understand this world is it's a spiritual thing going on. And the devil is not always going to want you to be prosperous. So we'll send across your path some hiccups and some people and some situations that will attempt to get you, the goal is to get you off the course. And because we've allowed ourselves to believe in this empath, oh, I'm an empath and I'm supposed to do this. Nah, hell no. Be an empath for yourself. Protect yourself. Love yourself. And understand, this ain't of God, bro. God wouldn't send nothing to me that hurts. God, it may be some tests, but I almost can promise you that God ain't about to send you no test to nobody cheating on you. Now, what I feel like God will do is to see if you're still down to go down those paths before he can open doors, if you're really closing doors and closing chapters. I do feel like that. But when everything is going good in your life, if you really think about it, everybody has had a situation. Every single body has had a situation. Not these witches and warlocks and these crazy niggas. I'm talking about God-driven people. We've all had these situations when we're all doing good in life. We have the job, the career, our business is thriving, we're losing weight, we're working out, we're eating better, drinking more water, skin look good, everything. We feeling it. We like, yes. And we tell ourselves, and most of the time, we're not exactly where we want to be, but we're doing really good at getting there. Like, we're so consistent. We're there. Like, we on the way. And most of us get to a point, my teeth look so white, right? Most of us get to the point, I've been using that Kylie Jenner, Kendall Jenner, little pen, little teeth whitening. But anyway, that's a whole another thing. Most of us get to a point where we're like, when we're on the way, we're doing really good, but we're still not quite where we desire. Sometimes we are, but most of the time we're not. And we always sit back and we're like, damn, I want a man or a woman. I just want someone to come home to. And men, I want someone to share this with. Women, I want someone that can hold me at night after I work this hard. Know what I'm saying? It's almost like the devil be like, all right, bet. And we can all think back to times when we have been in those situations. After those situations have ended, because most of the time they do. After those situations have ended, we look back like, I was doing so good before that person. I was on a path before that person. Now, I'm way in a worse situation since this person. Because the devil heard you. Just because we say we want something don't mean it's time for it. Most of the time what we want and it's by God and given from God, we ain't getting it right away. But the devil does that. He'll give it to you right away. And where self-love comes in and where real healing comes in is when we are approached with those situations and it don't align. We're like, nah, nigga, I don't care how good of a person you could be. This don't seem right to me. And if it's for me, it'll come back. But until then, on my mama now. And that's what I pray for us for the rest of 2023 and beyond. Whoever comes across this video, I pray that we find real healing and real self-love and respect for ourselves. So that when situations, jobs, people talking about you, friendships, putting you in uncomfortable situations, that we are comfortable enough with ourselves to bounce on them niggas. I'm sorry, I said I was going to stop saying niggas. But let's call a spade a freaking spade. We bouncing on niggas all 2023. 2023 is the year to bounce on niggies. On my mommy. For real. Because it's time out and I'm seeing too many situations. I'm watching too many of these videos while I be doing my hair and stuff. I watch too many of these videos where we're all I feel so connected to some of these people. Just on the videos. And they're like, oh, I was doing so good. But I dealt with this and this guy became abusive and I thought he would change. Screw that. God is not going to put on a path for you heartache and abuse. He's not going to do that. He's not going to put on a path for you for someone to get you addicted to crack and cocaine. It's not going to happen. And I'm not just saying this to you. This is something that I had to go through too. I had to learn this too. He's not going to do that. But when you set your heart to something and you desire and you say, you know what, I do want a woman, I do want a man, stay on the course. Stay on the path. Continue to love yourself and respect yourself. If you don't have that person, you're probably not ready. You're probably not ready. And that's just the hard, sucky reality. Is that sometimes we're just not ready. We ask for a certain position, we're just not ready. We ask for a certain love, we're not ready. We ask for certain clarity, we don't get it, we're not ready. It starts with you. Sometimes you already have the answer. Sometimes you're already you already have the position. You're just not aligning to it because you're probably afraid or you don't feel like you're worthy. Nah, it's time out for that. It's time out for all of it. From this point forward, we're loving ourselves. We're respecting ourselves. We're going to find out what that means. It don't mean the same for everybody. Everybody don't have the same upbringing and lifestyle and circumstances. But we all keep doing this selfless love act to ourselves. And we're willing because we're empaths, to give so much to everyone else. We're done. We're done. We're done with that. I'm holding whoever I know in my life accountable from this point forward. We're not doing that anymore. That's done. Finito, finish. Bundava. I don't even know what that means, but it's gone. Gone, gone, gone. Since you've been gone, I just bye, nigga. On my mama. Not doing it no more. So that's just I wasn't even going to come on here and talk about that. But I feel like I've been doing a lot of videos based on healing. But what I want to start doing is motivating. Because, again, I didn't have anybody telling me this stuff. I was getting downloads. When I found out someone was actually cheating on me and not honoring me the way that I desired and the way I knew I wanted, I didn't find out. I had to follow I didn't find out at first. I had to follow my intuition. I did. I started to pull back from dude before I even got the validation, before I even got the confirmation. And when I got the confirmation, it was just like, oh my gosh. Like my intuition was spot on. And that's just what it is. And that's just what we have to go with. And it sucks. And I say it all the time. Sometimes you got to break your own heart. Because you could not even have physical contact with the person. But you could start to get a soul tie to a person. It's a whole nother video. You can start to get a soul tie with the person. And get connected to a person. And then once those things start to show itself because you like them so much, you think that's the only person in this world you're going to be connected to. But what you don't want to happen is you start dating this person, get into a commitment with this person, they start treating you like crap, and then you so faithful and honest and worthy, and you feel they are worthy of you, whatever, vice versa. And then you meet your person a year later, and you can't even be with them because you just couldn't wait. Because you just couldn't love yourself enough to wait. To be alone, to be with God, to stay isolated, you couldn't do it. And that's what we're changing. We're changing that. It's crazy, 23 minutes. Because in 2023, that's what's going on. And by 2024, we're going to be some different people, accepting different standards, quality, everything. We're not doing it anymore. If you don't like it, it don't serve you, it has no place in your life. We can't do it no more. And that's just it. Self-love, self-respect is the best love. What you give yourself is only what someone else can give you. If you gotta lose a person and they come back and realize who you were, okay, cool. But by that time, you probably won't even want them no more because they played with you. That's real love. Taking them back, going back down the cycle. Ain't nobody got time for that. We that. On my mama. Look at my little... I'm going to start promoting my little... Look how cute it is. I'm the rhinestone queen, okay? But that's it, guys. I'm sorry, I just got off track. I do that. But that's it. So we're going to... 2023 is the year to love me, okay? So that's good. I'm going to put that on the shirt. 2023 is the year to love me. Which only gets you closer to God. Which resides in you. But that's it. How I get to 25 minutes? That's it. So, yeah. Love you guys. Please comment, like, subscribe. Hit the ring bell for notifications for my 45 subscribers. Which is fine. I love you guys. I don't care if it was 2. It was 2 at some point. So, I am appreciative. I love you guys. I thank you so much for watching my videos. I thank you so much for liking. Please share whatever you feel is necessary to do. Comment. Let's talk about it. You need some encouragement. Talk to the next person. I'm just playing. Hit me up. I'm here for you guys. Love you. Bye.